Now the doctor's going to log in. I'm logging in as Dr. Michael Akiki, as I mentioned before, because that is my doctor's name. Now I'm going to go and click in and show you. So now I'm going to go and log into the doctor's room. Right now, because I'm using the camera on my computer and I'm using my camera on my phone, you cannot see the patient actually see the doctor. But normally the doctor, all the cameras would be working and the patient can go and see the doctor. Now I'm going to stop sharing again on this screen. So this is you as the doctor, will be the health worker. Now we're going to go back to, here to the screen over here. We're going to go back into the LifeHealth wallet, and this is now the patient. And the patient is now going to go and call the clinic. So as the patient now goes and calls the clinic, so it pulls up. The first thing is that we have a registration. So we have to make sure that it really is Michael Landau, that it's not some fake person going in or taking advantage, because the patient has to pay for the call. It may be paid for because of an insurance policy plan that they've got, or it may be paid for by cash, or there may be lots of different ways, and we can structure this in different ways. So it's completely open. So you would then tell us, as you'll see in a moment, when I initiate the video call, how much you want to charge. So you'll be able to see, this is my statement, this is how many calls I've made, and in each call gets deducted. And then if I want to go and top up more money, because I've only got a balance of 24,000 and I need to do some calls for more, I can go and top up the money. And it's all built in within our own program called LifePay. Now, we've got over here view sessions, this session over here. So if a patient makes a call and the call doesn't go through, the call, because the doctor's busy or the doctor's office is closed, the patient can just click again and start the call automatically without needing to go through the whole process. But let me show you the process. So now when you initiate a video call, so now we're going to have all these different doctors, and you'll be able to see different doctors. This is all my demo, some doctors, and you'll be able to have what your fees are, what you charge. But now I'm going to call Dr. Michael Akiki because he's very cheap. He only charges 100 shillings, right? So now I'm going to go and click on Michael Akiki. It's going to have a session schedule, a number. And now do I want to connect to the doctor? Yes. So now what we've built is a very unique tool, because many of you as a doctor, till you understand what the patient's trying to explain, could take a long time, and it is a very inefficient use of your time. So this way, if it's a male, there's a male avatar. If it's, for example, my wife, it's a female avatar, but we're going to go back to me. So now we're going to go and explain tell the doctor what's wrong. So now we've got all of these different general body symptoms, right? So let's say that I'm vomiting, and then I'm going to tell the doctor severe vomiting. So that's one symptom. Add, right? We're going to add another symptom. Let's say I've got fever, right? But unfortunately, people don't have a thermometer, most people. So it's just mild, moderate, or severe. Let's say I've got moderate fever. So now now I've already got two symptoms. And now let's go to the body symptoms. So now we can choose the body, right, left, upwards, backwards, etc. I'm going to choose the head. Let's go and choose the forehead. And now we can choose different symptoms. You can choose pain, rash, swelling. So we'll do for now pain. And all of these things we can do in a lot more detail. And we've got videos that we've designed to educate you. So if I'm going too quickly, but you see the different ideas. So here's throbbing pain, severe. And now I'm going to go and make a call. So the first thing is that we've got a code. This code is now going to be there in case the patient has to make another code, or you as the doctor want to be able to go and review the patient's previous visits. And eventually the artificial intelligence is going to be learning about Michael Landau's medical history, the history of a 58-year-old with a BMI that's too high, etc. All of this will be the artificial intelligence. But now it's going to make it much easier. So now the patient clicks yes, confirms, are you willing to pay 100 shillings to go and see Michael Akiki? And now you click yes. And now the call is starting to go through. But now I'm going to switch my screen. So this is the patient. Is this what the patient sees? I'm going to stop sharing. Now I'm going to start sharing my other screen. So as I share this other screen, so now you're the doctor, and you're now going to accept this call, right? So you're going to accept the call. You now see a call coming in from 450 West End Avenue, which is where I am, and vomiting severe, fever, moderate, pain in the forehead. So now you've got the information. Now, normally the patient can see you and you can see the patient, but because of I'm using all the cameras, it's not able to do that right now. So now, and in the future, we're going to support the doctors by enabling diagnostic, by enabling, kind of suggested care. But now I'm going to show, so now we're going to go to the dialogue. We're going to log in to the patient. So this is the Michael Landau patient that's calling in over here. So now we're going to go into, this is Michael Landau's record. So now you are the doctor looking at Michael Landau's record. Now, again, you can go and click over here at any time and see the patient. You can then right click and you can go and copy the image. So if you've got the patient who's now gone and has got a swollen eye or a broken or a big cut, you'll be able to go and take a photograph and you'll be able to record it into the patient's record. So over here, immediately you see the basic biodata. You see that I'm A positive blood. You see what my allergies are. You see kind of core medical conditions. So you see this instantly. And then you're able to see kind of the pulse and oxygen. You'll be able to see all the vitals. You'll be able to see the previous readings of the vitals, right? And then you'll be able to see kind of all the CBC readings. And if I had other blood results, you'd be able to see it immediately. The next thing now as the doctor, you'll be able to say, okay, why are you calling? So I said, okay, vomit, fever, pain in the forehead, anything else wrong with you? Says, yeah, actually kind of my ear also happens to hurt a little bit, right? So you do kind of earache, right? Or the doctor, and remember, I'm not medical at all. So, forgive me for anything silly. Am I taking the current medication? No, so I'm just going to save the complaint. But as you can see over here, as you go through this, you can do a lab investigation and we're going to, let's say we're going to order a CBC, right? Now we've got it naturally set up for Heritage because as I said, that's our own little, partnership, a little unique boutique, but we're going to, all of the UPMB facilities will be added over there in terms of the medical. So now we're going to save this. And it goes through that you're going to be able, the doctor can now do the diagnosis. You can ask all the questions. You'll be able to go and prescribe the medication. The minute it's all in the system, it gets an email goes to yourself and a message goes to the pharmacy. It's all completely integrated. And they say now we did COVID, we can even do a COVID assessment, right? An action plan. So let's say we choose an action plan that the prescription was made and drugs to be delivered to the client. We just put little things in the feedback. So now we can save this. So now you see how the doctor goes back to the patient and says, okay, and it keeps looking and can zoom back and can go backwards and forwards. So so now the doctor's in complete control and he's been able to make a prescription, make an order, at some point, we'll be able to be discussing the different issues around revenue sharing, in terms of the introductions. But now the doctor's now going to end the call. Right, and we're going to end the call over here. So the doctor's going to log out, and now I'm going to go and stop sharing this screen over here, and then we're going to go back to the screen over here. So now when we start looking at the screen, let me just close this for a second. So now when you go back to the patient's record, now we go to look at the doctor visit, and you'll be able to see the doctor visit, and now you'll be able to see 8:30 from 4:55. You'll be able to see kind of all the time. You'll be able to see there was no attachment, but you'll be able to see, kind of what were the avatar symptoms, vomiting, fever. So it's all instant information. Just very quick, because now we're going to go into the health record, right? And again, there's just so much detail over here that you can either scan, and I apologize, I think I'm going quickly, but as you can see, you can only see the patient that you have permission to see. So the doctor's got permission here. So the doctor now will be able to go and see the patient, look at the medical profile of the patient, see all the information of the patient. The doctor's going to be able to now go and add the vitals. So we're just going to quickly go and put in one very, that's very high, 186 over 96. We choose the date and time, so you'll be able to see how it works, be able to make a quick change. You'll be able to, the doctor can go and add the vaccinations over here. And it's very, very quick and efficient to be able to do this. It becomes a very powerful tool for the doctor. So now I'm just going to, the doctor can go and review all the medical cases. So you'll see even here now, the call that we made 1 minute ago is now here, right? And you'll be able to kind of go and view the record. You'll be able to see what was the complaint, right? You'll be able to see it was fever, vomiting, etc. So, and then you'll be able to see what was the action, stay home, prescription made, etc. So it's just a very comprehensive, powerful tool. Let me just go and close this out. And so now when we go back into the LifeHealth wallet, you'll be able to now instantly see kind of in the vitals. Now within the vitals, it's now going to tell you that you're 186/96. You'll be able to go into your health status and, well, wrong combination because I put in my numbers too high. But you see already over here that all this information, you see systolic, diastolic, you click it, all the information is now instantly updated. So as the doctor, you're in complete control of the patient's record. I'm going to stop here. Otherwise, I can just, as I said, I can just keep going forever and ever. And I apologize for taking so long, but hopefully you guys can see the power of this tool that can all be available in your hand.